I just, I followed it, and I wanted, okay, why did that happen? I was like, I could see this happen. So I'll look at it. You know, why was, you just went the lower open, but. It's really big. I'm just curious. Yeah. What's that? I might be, I don't do it when they do. Teach you to a job. But I like it.
Good morning. Are you coming? Oh, okay, all right. No, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. He's on his way to the doctor. Marty.
And that are on that.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Like, you know, you want time to go slow down so many times and now you want it to speed up. So we'll see.
You didn't get Marcus off by 2 minutes. It needs to be at 10 o'clock. Exactly. It is.
Oh, okay.
So that's off by a couple of minutes.
All right. Yes, okay. Call to order. We stand.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good morning to everybody. Could we have roll call, please?
Costa Luciana.
Linda Williams,
Trish Gomez.
Kathy Rogers.
Diane Weber.
Right hand.
Um. Okay. All right, so we're going to, we did the reminders, no, talking in between, we did who's recording. Okay. And that's it,
And me as well. Yeah.
and you, yes, okay. All right, so this has been a very quiet summer, as you probably not, well, quiet summer has occurred with nothing crazy happening here. But, Frank will have a whole bunch of stuff to tell you about how busy we have been. And it's all in good, all for good reasons. Section 1 signed with Herndon Landscaping on 7/9/2024. So it will be the POA, section 2 and section 3 that we will be using the down to earth. And they will be, the down to earth people will be using the POA area to stage their equipment. Herndon will not have access to the POA area, so they're gonna have to bring their equipment in and out. Rentals. We have 2 rentals in progress right now. Sales, we have 1 in progress, and we have 1 in probate. And we have an additional 7 units for sale. I got a list of everything that was for sale in High Point, sections 1, 2, and 3. And we have there's 41 units for sale in High Point, and of those 41, 7 are ours. Okay, so we're pretty low, so that's good. Alrighty, let's see. Okay. That's it for me. Hold on, sure. Yeah, that's it, I mean.
Secretary, we have to approve the minutes.
Oh, the secretary. I have to read the minutes. Sorry about that. All right, June 19th, correct?
Yes.
Alrighty, call to order at 6:30 PM. These with the pledge and the reminders. Roll call, Kathy Rogers, Busker, Luciano, Diane Waggerer, Harry, Marty, Dowler. Absent were Art and Frank. Recording was Greg Schenk, Diane Waggerer, Trish Gomez as the Zoom coordinator. President, motion by Buster, second by Marty to appoint Linda Williams to fill the vacancy created by the resignation of Winnie Mae Young. Ms. Williams' term will expire with the election in February 2026, and all approved. Motion by Buster, secretary, motion by Buster, second by Marty to accept minutes from the May 15th, 2024 meeting, all approved. President, new warning signs posted regarding alligators, termite inspections to continue, reminder to put in a second work order if a follow-up treatment is needed for ants or bugs in your unit. Excellent response to request for currents, email addresses, Zoom webinar tomorrow, the 20th at noon, to address e-voting, and we ended up not doing that. The Zoom meeting webinar. We scheduled it, we didn't have it. Okay, real estate, 9 active listings, 1 closed, 1 unit still in probate. Vice President, Hurricane Review, basically pay attention to news, weather reports. Treasurer, financials on the website, financial health is very good, over $1 million in reserves, consistently slightly under budget. Buildings, no report, Frank on vacation. Grounds, no report, see Marty for personal concerns. Recreation, section 3 pool is closed, so section 3 residents will be using our pool temporarily. POA, Linda Williams reported on both the May and the June POA meetings, minutes attached. Old business, none, new business, none, general discussion. We talked about down-to-earth landscape contract on website, and the contract begins December 1st, 2024. And we have the discussion on upkeep and outside maintenance of unoccupied units. That is cleaning of shutters, outside storage, hurricane prep, more discussion is needed. Motion by Diane, seconded by Linda to adjourn, all approved, adjourned at 7 p.m. Motion to accept,
Oh, accept. Oh, motion to accept.
all in favor,
Aye.
opposed? Alrighty, so now I'm done. Alrighty, so. BP,
Just want to remind you, we're going into the peak of hurricane season. Just keep everything in mind, make sure you have all your plans, what you have to do when it does. Keep attention to the weather reports. That's it, that's all I want to say.
okay. Treasurer,
And everything's pretty much the same as last month. It's been very consistent all year. We're in very good shape. There's a lot of money in the reserve account, over $1 million, and we're consistently slightly under budget,
and we're,
slightly under budget.
okay. Slightly under budget, so that's good news. Okay, buildings, here we go, Fred.
Okay, we've got all kinds of stuff to talk about today. First of all, our sanitary lift station, everybody knows we've replaced both pumps in the last year. We did have to pull one of the new pumps, last month because we had junk in it again. Luckily, it was caught right away and it tripped, so we did not damage the pump. Repair wise, lately, we've done 2 partial repipes. We had 2 water heaters that people did not address properly that cut loose and flooded two different units, which we are not responsible for, as you know. Water heaters are the responsibility of the owner. We had 2 sanitary problems. One of them was actually, we found it in a kitchen where the main drain from the master bath, this is in an A unit, the main drain from the master bath comes through the building. It picks up the kitchen sinks and then it travels out to the front of the building. there were actually roots growing in the kitchen area. So rather than jacking up the floor, we tried a new, system on this one. It's called a pipe sleeve. They actually go inside the pipe and put in a two-part epoxy sleeve that then lines the pipe. And you don't get that intrusion anymore in the pipe. And it worked out perfectly. It cost us around $4,200, I think it was, $4,400 in that area. But we didn't have to jack the floor up, fix the floor, put everything back together, and it seems to be working just perfectly. When we had another outside sanitary leak at the 1016 building, we had to dig it up and repair a pipe that had been broken. So that's repairs for lately. We did finish the jetting and camera work on the sanitary system, and we're at this point, we're reviewing the videos and the report we got back from the company. And it looks like the system is in great shape. We have 3 or 4 or 5 manholes that need to be addressed that have roots growing into them. And we had one pipe that has a belly in it that's going to need to be addressed, that's holding water. But other than that, that's fantastic for as old as the system is. I don't know if anybody knows, but yesterday, 2 days ago, we did a full hydrant flushing, which, what we're trying to accomplish with this is anytime there's a water leak in 2 and 3, we have to shut everybody down because the isolation valves were never exercised properly and they don't work. So what we tried to do with this hydrant flushing was blow all the junk out of the lines, exercise every valve, and make sure that they were operating properly. And we got every valve to operate the way it should. These valves take 25 turns to fully open and fully close. We got them all to do 25 turns. So we're hoping that we may have cured some of the problem. We might be able to isolate areas, and we're not going to know until we have a leak and have to test the system out. And lastly, termites. I don't know if everybody knows, we've been looking for termites lately. We ended up with 25 buildings having to be serviced. Out of 66, you know, it's not terrible. And the reason we started all this was we found out that section 3 had to replace the front door system. The termites have totally eaten all the wood that held the door in place. So we thought, well, we need to get on this and look around and see what we have before it becomes a major problem. Luckily, we did. We don't have any major issues, but we did have 25 buildings that had to be serviced. There's curative and preventative. Now, the curative goes in where there's already insects in the building, and you can see that they're there. The preventative is we found them, or we found wings or whatever laying around the buildings. And those, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's little green cylinders in your yard that were put in, and these are feeder stations. What happens is the termites pick this up as food, they take it back to the colony, they kill the colony. Now, the state of Florida has, we have to report termites, or the company that's dealing with us, have to report termites to the state monthly. So all of these stations will be checked out on a monthly basis, reported to the state. We have to pay $33 a month for this for 1 year. And it's included in the initial first month cost. So I've got a map of buildings that have been treated. If anybody is interested, and come up and take a look at that. I got another set of pictures here of the last roots we had grown into a line. If anybody wants to take a look at that, and I'll be happy to answer any questions about any of that.
Any questions?
The $33 a month charge, is that per building?
Yes, it's per building that's been serviced, yes. And it's basically so that they can check the feed stations and report to the state if there's activity. Or if there isn't, you know, whatever, but it's got to go on for 12 months.
Okay. Good. Good, Frank?
Yeah, I can talk some more if you want. I went fishing yesterday. Going golfing.
That's okay, all right. He works hard for us, and I have to say officially, thank you, thank you. There's so many things that we've been fortunate enough to catch before it becomes a massive thing that, you know, the termite thing that we're doing, the checking all the valves and, you know, cleaning out the, all the pipes and all that kind of stuff, it's proactive way of making sure that we don't have bigger problems going forward. One thing I did want to mention though, and you can talk better to this, the reason we found out about 1016, was that the last one we just did?
Yeah, 1016 reported that, actually the C unit reported that the height on the water in the toilets was higher than normal. And it wasn't going down fast, so she called it in. And, if she hadn't called in when she did, within 48 hours, it would have been back up in that building.
All four buildings, all four
The
of
whole,
the
yeah, the
units.
whole building.
So
So we got real lucky with that.
if you notice things like that in your home, let us know, put in a work order. If there's nothing that's wrong, that's fine, but it's better to find out. As I said, we saved an enormous amount of money for everyone in that building just by going over there and checking it and thinking it was clogged and it wasn't and all that kind of stuff, so. Thank you again, Frank. Okay, let's see. Grounds no report, Marty's on his way to the doctors. Recreation, the same thing, with, there's no report. Art's on his way to the doctor, so, we're all taking care of ourselves, you know? All righty.
Can we include a doctor report in here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and then also and I don't know the whole story about the, new refrigerator, except that Bob Moran is getting a new refrigerator, and so he, donated his own, his old one, okay? And so as a result of that, so now we have in the kitchen area, we have the refrigerator that does produce ice now, right?
Yes,
Okay, and so now we have that we moved that out, we saw it, I don't know if it's still out there or not, but we put the old one out there that's still functional. So the Cliffs Group might hold on to that, but it doesn't make ice. And it's just that we got rid of one because it was too crowded to have the others, so now we have the new one, which was too tall to put into the kitchen, so it's out here. Anyway, so we have a new refrigerator that produces ice, which is a good thing. That good?
I just want to say, Bob,
Thank Bob. Yes, oh yes, and thank Bob, absolutely, thank Bob, that was very nice of him to do that, and I think those of us on the board have already thanked him individually, but that's an official thank you from the board. Okay, Linda.
This is the PLA meeting. Before, the minutes were approved. 6/13/2024. President's report, the computer replacement. There's an old computer in there, was 10 years old, and hard drive is now solid state, using all its memory to work. There's got 3 quotes, and the one from Best Buy was approved. The gates for the trash area, Trish asked for help researching best price to purchase and install. Barb offered her help. There was a sign ordered regarding the ID, make sure that you have your ID, not you, but let's say the guests have their IDs ready when they get to the gate. Oh, there's a website is now needed for the POA. That's based on the new 2024 legislative updates. Need list of all condo owners, phone numbers, and emails if allowed. This would also allow the POA to have Zoom meetings. Vice President's report, none was given. Treasurer's report, none was given. Old business trash letter. Need to send email to section 1 regarding container. New business, there was none. Meeting open for general discussion. Meeting adjourned at 10:20. Next meeting is August the 15th, 10 a.m. at section 2.
motion to accept.
That's not our.
We have to slow.
We do.
We did. All right, new business. There's no old business that I know of that needs to be discussed. We've already done that, I guess. Email address, we're having an issue right now with Comcast.net, that HP section 2 Comcast.net. Trish, why don't you explain what's going on there?
What's happening is we're now trying to send out bulk emails. I can't send out more than 100 at a time. If you try to send out more than 100, it won't allow you. So I have to have them in 4 lots of bulk emails. And as I send out 2 of them, our email, it's like it gets clogged up and it won't let you send the last 2. So I can send 2 in the morning and then I have to wait a couple of hours and then I can send the other 2. Now, if it happens that I have something that's an emergency that I need to send to everybody at the end of the day, that doesn't work very well, especially if I have something in the afternoon, because if I've sent the first 2, I can't send the last 2, especially like if there's a water leak or something like that. So I have to come back later that night or do something like that in order to send those last 2. And we've had this problem for quite a while now. And unluckily Comcast won't support it because we're not Comcast subscribers. So in other words, this is just free email. So when you try and speak to Comcast about it, they won't even speak to you about it. They just won't do anything at all. So we're actually trying to swap over to Gmail instead and use Gmail as our primary. But it'll mean that you'll see things coming to Gmail instead. It'll be exactly the same beginnings, except in other words, HP section 2 at Gmail instead of at Comcast.net.
So we're gonna start rolling that out. The other thing too that happens, and Trish, I only became aware of it when this really we tried to send out several messages to people and we couldn't do it. I couldn't even send out a single email. So, for with the rentals and all that kind of stuff, like this information goes back and forth. I get it, but I can't respond to it until time goes by and it gets unclogged somehow. So anyway, make a long story short, we will be moving forward we'll probably use a double, but you'll be getting official emails from High Point Section 2 office, from High Point HP section 2 at Gmail, just so you know it's not junk mail, it's real stuff. Okay, so we'll start sending out more information on that. So,
and talking about that, Marvin wants to know whether it would be possible to get an email or text of the map showing the termite related buildings.
sure.
Frank? Marvin's on.
I can't even turn the computer on.
So,
Yes.
okay.
We
But
have it, we can get it.
I can scan it and I'll scan it and send it to you,
Yes.
Marvin.
And we'll scan it. We may maybe send it out with
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, I think that's all my business.
Could I just ask something? If anybody's got a small TV that they're not using and would like to donate to the guardhouse, their TV's just gone. And it's mostly for those that sit there all night and don't have anything, to do to entertain themselves and to keep themselves awake.
Okay.
And Jimmy, I have a question. On our website for contracts, are we ever going to get that up to date? I was going through the one for the pest control, it's 10 years old. But who do we have for pest control now?
It's the same, Rocket bought out Adams Pest. That's the one we had before, so that's the one we've had before, but don't we have
We do have it.
we have a new one, yeah. We'll make sure that's put on
That
there.
was the pool guy. The one we have up there is for 3 pool guys that go.
think we have a new one on that too.
Yeah,
I'll just be legal.
we're both thinking the same thing. We thought we'd put them up there, but if we didn't, we'll make sure. So the pool and pest control.
One
Okay,
other question, with this Land's crew keeping their stuff over in the POA area, and section one's not allowed to use it, do we expect any lawsuits?
no,
Seeing as how part of that belongs to
Steve knows that.
section one.
He hasn't, to the best of my knowledge, he hasn't made any kind of complaints about it. I think that was part of
he
the
has.
understanding. He has? Oh, okay, then we'll just see what
We'll
happens.
see how it works out.
Yeah, I just hate to spend
Thank
more
you.
money.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
That's just a question.
there's a lot, there's a lot of things I could say, but I'm
Don't.
better off not to say that I don't, yes, so.
No more questions, I make a motion to, Jan.
I second it. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay,
I'm gonna say goodbye to the.
Yeah, that's good.
thank you for being on the call, appreciate it very much, and thank you for your questions, see, you never know, right? Have a good day.
Bye, everyone.